ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. Today we start off with the first sukta of Mandalam 7, Ashtakam 5, chapter 1. Rishi Vasishtha Maitra Varuni Devata Agni Chandas Virat Krishto Agnim Naro Didhiti Bhi Raranyu Agnim Naro Didhitibhir Raranyu. Leaders of men with movements of their hands produce Agni, the fire, who is well praised and auspicious, who is protector of homes, is visible from afar, is flickering, is of the forest or of the far-off space, and he is shining with splendor. Agni can be considered as the soul of energy appearing as the sun in the space or as forest fire. Fire was generated by the hands of man by churning two pieces of wood. These ideas are mentioned in the Sruk. We go to next Suktam 7.1.6, the next Sruk 7.1.2. Tamagnimaste Vasavo. Dwelling in his home, he came to be skilled or invoked constantly. Those residing in the houses establish that Agni, who is beneficial to look at for protection from all harm, from wherever they may come. Fire in the kitchen and sacrificial fire are being talked about in this Ruk. 7.1.3. Predho Agne Didihi Virono. O ever youthful Agni, being well kindled, please shine forth in front of us with unobstructed splendor. Constant stream of appellations approaches you. Sacrificial fire, gross or subtle, is dealt with here. Correspondingly, oblations will also be either gross or subtle, such as Vedic hymns. Prate Agnayo Gnibhyo Varam Ni. 7.1.4. These bright, great heroes make that most excellent Agni among all Agnis to shine brightly, where well-born leaders of men arrive at finally. The most excellent Agni is the one associated with the self, possibly energy that keeps the human heart's beat in the physical sense, or the soul of energy, and the self ultimately, which is the final goal of all knowledge seekers. 7.1.5. Dano Agne Dhyarayim Suviram. O overcomer of all Agni, with your intelligence, please give us good heroes, good progeny, and auspicious, well-praised wealth, which a malignant man coming to take it away from us can never conquer. Auspicious wealth means self-knowledge, which no thief can ever attain. This is the wealth that cannot be stolen by anybody. Upa yamedi yuvati sudaksham dosha. The instrument containing oblations smeared with ghee approached the very strong Agni at dawn, in daytime and at night. His own splendor approaches him for the benefit of sacrificers desiring to acquire wealth. Oblations can be gross or subtle matter. Gross oblations are offered by a ladle, while subtle oblations like Vedic hymns are offered by the mind. Correspondingly, Agni will be sacrificial fire in an altar or Agni within one's own mind. Vishwa Agneva. 7.1.7. O Agni, burn up all our enemies with your hot flames, by which you burn the body that makes one old. Please drive away disease-carrying germs and make them soundless or ineffective. Agni, the fire, burns a dead body or all bodies of living creatures which are made of food matter. Ayaste Agna idhate anikam. 7.1.8. O purifier Agni, you are the most excellent, auspicious and shining brightly. Whoever kindles you your splendor, whoever kindles your splendor with these praises, may you be here with us also. This Agni could be gross or subtle. 7.1.9. Viyete Agni bhejire anigam. O Agni, leaders of men who are born from their parents, uphold your splendor and distribute it in various ways. By these praises may you be well disposed towards us here also. Men make use of Agni in various ways. All of them uphold Vaishwanara Agni and Jఠaragni within their bodies. May all Agnis appreciate these Vedic praises. 7.1.10. Ime naro rutrahatteshu shura vishwa. Those who admire my praiseworthy intelligence and wisdom are heroes in the slaying of the cloud ignorance. May they overcome all illusions arising out of darkness of ignorance. Men who understand and appreciate these Vedic mantras would be able to overcome ignorance that covers the truth. It is oneness. Matter and material objects are appearances only. Ma shune agne ni shadama. 7.1.11. O Agni, may we not reside in the unreal empty house, nor in the house of heroes. O resident of the house, without descendants and without heroes serving you, may we live in houses having children or are fruitful. May we not live in the world of unreality, but live in truth, the world of enlightened souls. An enlightened soul is not attached to his body. These ideas are implied in the Rig. 7.1.12. Yamashvi nityamupayadi yajñam. To whichever sacrifice of ours, Agni goes with horses or power or spiritual light rays. He gives us a house abounding in children, good offsprings, and own descendants. Agni, a source of wealth, brings wealth and prosperity to all. Pahino Agni Rakshaso 7.1.13. O Agni, please protect us from unsatisfactory, malicious persons and also from demonic characters, evildoers, sinners, swindlers, etc. Yoke to you, we shall overcome hostile enemies or hostile armies in battle. With the help of different kinds of internal Jataragni and external Agnis, one overcomes his internal and external foes. (7.1.14) Say the Agniratya. This very Agni is beyond all other Agnis, where a strong-handed sun attains the undecaying Agni appearing in 1,000 places. Greatest Agni, the soul or source of Agni, the self. Soul of Agni appears in different forms and in different material subjects. Say that you Vanushyado Nivadi 7.1.15. Heroes born of noble parents serve that very Agni who protects a person, who causes Agni to prosper from harmful foes and from all kinds of evil and sinful thoughts completely. Greatest Agni is being talked about in this book also. 7.1.16. This is I am so Agnira Ahuta Purutra. This is the very same Agni who is being invoked variously in many ways, whom a prosperous oblation giving sacrificer causes to shine brightly, and whom the performer of sacrifice approaches in non-violent sacrifice, knowledge sacrifices. In principle, an oblation-giving sacrificer is invoking that ultimate source of all Agnis. Or all sacrificial oblations finally reach Atma. All forms and names are manifestations of that one self only. 7.1.17. Ve Agna Ahavanani Bhuri. O Agni, possessing many kinds of oblations, we invoke you constantly, putting in these oblations in you, both food and mind or knowledge, and making them carriers of both. Here gross and subtle types of oblations are mentioned specifically. Men invoke Agni with both kinds of oblations. Eating food is also to be treated as an oblation to one's own Jataragni. Imo Agne Vidatamani Havya 7.1.18. O Agni, you are perpetual. Please bear these most acceptable oblations towards shining beings. May our fragrant oblations be acceptable to them. Here Agni is being requested to convey or carry hymn to all enlightened souls, hoping that this will be acceptable to all of them. 7.1.19. Mano Agne Avirate Parada. 7.1.19. O maintainer of Rita Agni, please do not give us unmanliness or nakedness, nor disease and death, nor hunger, nor to a powerful brute. May we not be harmed by fire in the house or in the forest. No comments on this. Nu me Brahmanyagna Ucha Shadhi. 7.1.20. O resplendent Agni, may you purify or admire these Vedic hymns nicely and properly contrive to get food and hymns for the wealthy sacrificers. May both types of sacrificers be in your favor. May you protect us always with prosperity. From this it should be obvious that sage Vasishtha has in mind two types of sacrifices. One performed to a sacrificial fire with oblations of food articles, and the other is praising Agni by Vedic hymns. Quite naturally, spiritual Agni is meant in the second case. Swamagne Suhavo. 7.1.21. O son of mighty Father Agni, you are easily invocable and are beautiful to look at. You shine brightly with good luster. In your permanent presence, a person who is like your son may never be annihilated, and a manly hero among us may never be cut to pieces. Again, no comments necessary on this. 7.1.22. Mano Agne Durhridaye Shajayeshu. O son of a mighty Father Agni, please do not pronounce scanty subsistence to us in the fires kindled by enlightened souls. May bad disposition of the shining you not destroy us by error or even by mistake. May Agni give abundant wealth to the sacrificer, where the wealth is knowledge, kindled by enlightened souls in the minds of sacrificers. May they be not destroyed by Agni, by any chance or by error. Samartho Agni Swaniga. 1.23. O very beautiful Agni, whoever offers oblations in the immortal Agni, that mortal becomes wealthy. That enlightened soul gives the desired wealth. A scholar or seeker of wealth approaches him as king for knowledge. A man meditating on the immortal one, the source of Agni, becomes the possessor of the greatest wealth, self-knowledge. Rest of the book needs no elaboration. 1.24. Mahono Agni Suvitasya Vidvan. O mighty Agni, knowing our great, good and prosperous course, please convey that great wealth to the scholars by which we delight ourselves in the company of good heroes with long life without wasting it away. Prosperous course is the righteous path to truth. May Agni reveal knowledge of the self to the seeker of truth so that his sacrificers can enjoy the ultimate bliss along with other enlightened souls without wasting their time in running after unreal material objects. Nume Brahmanyagne 7.1.25 is the same as 7.1.20. This can be considered as a good prayer suktam on Agni, soul of energy. Mandalam 7, Ashtagam 5, Chapter 2, Suktam 2. Rishi Vasishtha Maitra Varune. This can be considered as an Apriya Suktam. Idma Samidha Agni Narashamsa etc. Chandastrushtu Jushasvana Samidhamagni Adya 7.2.1. O Agni, please accept the fuel supplied by us and burn brightly, emitting admirable smoke, so that the sky top is touched by the crests of your flames. Then you link up with the rays of the sun. A burning fire emits smoke and burns brightly. Flames of fire emit nearly the same type of energy as the sun in the space. Essentially, both the sun and fire are similar sources of energy. 7.2.2. Narashamsasya Mahimanam Eshamupa. We praise the glories of Narashamsa, who is the most worship-worthy among all Agnis, with sacrificial oblations. These shining beings, who are endowed with good intellect, are very bright and are upholders of knowledge, delight in both kinds of oblations. Narashamsa may mean desired or praised by men, Agni. This could imply Agni energy that activates every living creature, or in particular Agni which keeps their hearts beating all the time, because that sustains life in their bodies. Two kinds of oblations are physical, or gross, and mental, subtle. Ilenyam vo asuram sudaksham 7.2.3. O invokers, we honor now itself that Agni, who is fit to be worshipped by you, who is shining and is endowed with good strength, who is present inside the space and earth, who is the messenger of the self, who is the speaker of truthful words, and who is well kindled by a highly thoughtful man among men for a non-violent knowledge sacrifice. Most of the work should be self-explanatory. Agni, or heat in a living body, is a sign of life in the body, or presence of Atma in the heart space of the body. So, Agni is a messenger of the self in a living body. 7.2.4. Sapadiryevo Bharamana Abhinyu. Men desirous of serving Agni, knowing and bearing him with reverence, gather sacrificial grass for Agni. May the sacrificers invoking him, who is having his back smeared with ghee, as though sprinkled with it, with oblations, chant the auspicious sermon. Men desirous of invoking Agni prepare the place of sacrifice appropriately, depending upon the type of sacrifice to be performed, like spreading the grass for a grass sacrifice. Setting up Agni, external or internal, they offer grass or subtle oblations to him, chanting appropriate mantras. Swadhyo Viduro 7.2.5. A thoughtful person desiring the company of enlightened souls and the chariot opens the door to the place or home of enlightened souls. As in ancient times, in these assemblies of sacrificers, also he wets Agni with ghee or praises, like a cow licking her calf, or like the rivers wetting the fields. Enlightened souls lose their self-imagined individual identity and become one with the self by opening the door to the abode of the self. A thoughtful person, like the seer of the sutta, is singing the glory of Agni in these knowledge sacrifices. Uta Yoshane Divye Mahina 7.2.6. Moreover, may dawn and night personified, who are ever youthful, are born of the space and established in the sky, who are abundantly rich and admired by many, who are fit to be worshipped and who yield us much wealth like cows, give us shelter for prosperity. No elaboration necessary on this work. 7.2.7. Vipra yetneshu manusheshu karu manye. O chief priests of sacrifice, I propitiate in this sacrifice of mortal men you too, who are wise and possessors of all born riches and performers of sacrifices for invoking Agni. Our non-violent sacrifice has been set in these auspicious times. May you bring us those valuable treasures which are there among the enlightened souls. Valuable treasure which enlightened souls possess is self-knowledge. With this clarification, meaning of the work should become clear. 7.2.8. Bharati Bharati Bhisajosha. This is same as 3.4.8. 7.2.9. Tannasturi Pamatha. Tannasturi Pamatha. Poshayitmu. This is the same as 3.4.9. Vanaspadeva Srijopa Devan. 7.2.10. This is the same as 3.4.10. Ayahyagne Samidhano Arvang Indrena Devai Saratham Durevi. This is the same. This is 7.2.11, same as 3.4.11. Note that these works are perceptions of sage Vishwamitra. Ironically, in epics, sages Vasishtha and Vishwamitra are painted as if they were not getting along together very well. Suktam 3. Vasishtha, Maitravani Rishi, Chandas Devda Agni, Chandas Trushtu. Agnim vo Devam Agnibhis Sajosha. 3.1. O invokers, serving and loving one another equally, with the Agnis present in your own self or bodies, you make that soul of Agni your messenger, who is present constantly in human mortals. He is preserver of Vruta, is having a hot flame friend, whose food is ghee or water and is purifier. This is a call to invokers to make use of Agni present in their bodies to realize self-knowledge, or meditate on Agni within and realize the self, is the advice implied by the Rak. Krodha Dashyo Na Yavase. 7.3.2. When Agni comes out from the great sanctuary where he was seated, his luster shines following the wind, like a horse eating grass and making noise. O Agni, then your path becomes dark with smoke. The soul of Agni resides with the birthless self. Energy is stored in all kinds of fuels. Agni in the fire burns more brightly in the presence of wind. A fire moves along a track blackened by smoke. Udyasyate navajatasya vrishnogne. O spiritual Agni, 7.3.3. O spiritual Agni, undecaying, you are shower of happiness, well-kindled, reddish flames of yours, who is newly born, rise up. Your smoke moves up towards the space. O Agni, being the messenger of the self, you attain shining beings or enlightened souls. First part of the book talks about a fire, say a forest fire. The soul of Agni becomes one with enlightened souls. Agni provides energy to all beings. Vyasyate Prithivyam Pajo, 7.3.4. O destroyer of miseries, Agni, as your brightness moves rapidly on the earth, when you eat up your food with teeth like flames, then your onward rush becomes like that of a well-motivated army. Then you eat up everything by your tongue-like flames, like a man eating barley. This is a description of a fire on the earth. No further explanation may be necessary on this rug. Tamidosha Tamushasi 3.5. Leaders of men born of noble parents praise only Agni, who is youthful and is an honored guest. At night as well as at dawn in his own home, luster of that shower of happiness are being invoked. Shines on being invoked, shines brightly. Agni is being invoked or made use of by men throughout the day. Here Agni could be gross or subtle. Susamdrikte Swaniga Pratikam. O Atmiya Agni, having a radiant form, when you shine like gold in close range, your form is beautiful to look at. Your energy, like lightning, approaches the atmosphere or the space. You manifest your splendor like that of the wonderful sun. Agni is being identified as the fire on the earth, as lightning in the atmosphere, and as sun in the space. All the three are just different types of sources of energy. 7.3.7. Yathava Swaha Maye Dashema. O spiritual Agni, as we offer oblations to you, Agni, and serve you with sacred words and with food materials smeared with ghee, in the same manner, please protect us with those unlimited powers of yours which are in hundreds and are strong as though made of iron. Both gross and subtle forms of sacrifices are mentioned in this book also. May Agni protect all kinds of sacrifices, which may mean all living creatures who are invoking Jatrakni by eating food. Yavate sandida shushe adhrishta. O son of mighty father, knower of all born beings, soul of Agni, whatever moving thing or irresistible speech you have for the oblations giving sacrificer, and by which you protect the human subjects. With that, you please properly protect us, who are scholars and praisers. Moving things could mean flame of the fire. Irresistible speech is a subtle quality attributed to Agni, the soul of energy. Agni in the stomach protects the human being. Soul of energy, Agni protects the mental qualities of scholars and praisers as stated in this book. 7.3.9. Niryat Pudeva Swadhiti. When the gleaming Agni comes out, making bright his own beautiful body like a gleaming sharpened weapon, then he who is most desirable and is a purifier having good intellect is born from his mother for the worship of enlightened souls. Mother could mean nature, Prakriti or earth. Agni as gross energy or fire appeared on the earth's surface for the benefit of mankind. The concept of Agni as the soul of energy is being made use of by intelligent men to attain the origin of all manifestations, the self. 7.3.10. Edanu Agni Saubhaga Didihyati. Last look in the sutta. O Agni, please bestow by shining upon us this auspicious grace. May we also wake you, who is wise and intelligent. May there be all happiness for seers of Vedic hymns and for other invokers. You please protect us always with all kinds of prosperity. This may not need any explanation. With this, we close the day's session. Viramastavat